Welcome everyone to my calendaring your 100K to 200K year in yoga. This is a very special event. I've been percolating on this material for going on a year now. And I want to start with just a little story on why I decided to create and produce this specific workshop around calendaring. So you probably have all heard the saying that time is a non-renewable resource. Yes. Time is actually more valuable than your 100K year, your 200K year. That money will come and go. Money is just energy. And maybe that is what got you to opt in and click and come here. But what we're really going to talk about today is this finite resource that is time that we will never get back. And then the art of manifesting a thought into reality through the ritual of calendaring. So without any further ado, I'm going to pull up my slideshow and we're going to get into it. Here we go. All right, give me a thumbs up once we can see this in the full mode. You can see it. Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. All right, so there's 57 slides. We're going to cruise right through it, but I want you to have the essence of just remembering that the ultimate goal is not the money. The goal is taking our ideas and manifesting them onto the calendar so that they can actually become real events, real activation workshops, retreats, your workshops, calling people into your programs. The art of calendaring is a symbol of you dedicating and committing to a time on the calendar, a specific day that a thing is going to happen. And that's really what we're after today, because we're all here to grow our businesses and to make a deeper impact, a more aligned impact in our community. And I just want to thank you all for being here, whether you're here live or whether you're watching the replay. This workshop is truly calling in the visionaries. It's calling in the leaders. It's calling the people that really want to make a deep, deep impact in their communities, both in their region and beyond their region. With the advent of social media, we can have a much broader impact and a broader reach. And I'm just so grateful that you guys are here. All right, so aligned impact. Today I'll be sharing my 6 frameworks, the 6-part system to master the art of selling with ease and scaling your yoga offerings, your wellness offerings, your coaching offerings, whatever your products or services are in your business. This 6-part system, these 6 frameworks are really the key to success in allowing you to move to your next level. And I want you to know that you can actually create wealth and a full body yes in your nervous system around sales. I had to learn this through various embodiment coaches, wealth energetics coaches that I've hired and worked with over the years. I personally do not come from wealth. I built my own wealth from the ground up, and I had to understand how my nervous system and how my body actually responded when I heard the word sales and when I heard the word money and wealth. So I do invite you to do a little audit. If the word sales feels scary for you or it feels uncomfortable or icky, swap it out with the word solutions. Anytime I say sales, just swap it out for solutions, because at the end of the day, as coaches and as wellness providers, service providers, we are providing solutions, whether that's a retreat, whether that's a program, whether that's a one-on-one offering. We're just providing solutions for our clients to be able to embody their highest self. So today we're going to be talking about creating your 6-figure yoga brand and aligned impact. My hope is that you're able to turn your yoga classes, if you're accustomed to teaching yoga classes, we want to kind of morph that into what's called an offer suite that really magnetizes your dream clients and keeps them in your ecosystem. So imagine a calendar. You've got 12 months out of the year. I like to have a big spreadsheet for my calendar. That's how I coach calendaring, is to see it all in one place. Imagine you have various offers that launch at different times throughout the year, and you're drawing people in from workshop into then one-on-one coaching, and then back to retreat, and then into your signature program. When we have an offer suite that really speaks to our ideal client and provides a solution and facilitates deep inner transformation, that's when clients will circulate between the offers within your offer suite. So the goal here is that we create a system so that we don't wonder what to post, or we don't wonder what to write in our newsletter. Like, it sometimes can feel really random if we haven't calendared out the year. And it really also helps prevent offer fatigue. If you're always promoting the same offer again and again and again in your social media and in your stories, it gets kind of boring. And so by having a diverse offer suite, that's how you can prevent that offer fatigue. And also for yourself, like, get excited, get jazzed about what it is that you're promoting. So I advocate for building your yoga brand and your intellectual property into a cash generating asset that brings you consistent and predictable income as you move calmly from your big master calendar. And that's really what we're diving into today. So here are my 6 frameworks. Feel free to screenshot if it's helpful. We're going to repeat these quite a bit, but the first framework is, and these are not just a one and done or a one size fits all. These are frameworks that we are going to be learning and integrating and tweaking and refining. So the first framework, reverse engineering your year week by week. There's 52 weeks of the year. Get it on a spreadsheet, all the dates on the left, your workshops and activation events on the next column, and notes on the right column. Just keep it super simple, but you got to get pen to paper or, words on the screen, type it out, get your calendar set up in some sort of an Excel spreadsheet. Second framework, selling more sells more. So if we never put our hand out to create a post about our program or to create a proper pre-launch campaign and then a launch campaign in our emails and in our socials, if we don't ask for the sale, we can't expect our clients to hunt us down and hand us money. We have to sell. Selling more sells more, but again, providing solutions more provides solutions more. Framework number 3 is to market like a pro. We want our emails and our content to be aesthetically pleasing. It should communicate what you stand for, the essence of your brand. It should be well designed. Canva is amazing. It's $20 a month. Highly recommend it if you haven't started using Canva for all of the things, banners, thumbnails, like designing your manuals, your freebies, everything can be designed in Canva. A little hack, if you want to design a Canva or something in Canva, just literally type in freebie for yoga instructors in there, and it will pull up like a working bones of a document. Go to ChatGPT, write out, I need to make a freebie that solves this problem. I'm a yoga coach and I solve this problem. Write me bones of a guide. So there's ways that you can get the bones, and then it's very important that you don't just ChatGPT everything. But if you get writer's block or you just need to fast track, like use AI to your advantage and start to create the bones of your emails and the bones of things in ChatGPT, if that's helpful for you. People will be able to spot it a mile away though, so please just use it as the bones and add in other things that are your unique voice. Curating events, framework 4, that activate your clients. This is me in Thailand. We did a film shoot after our Thailand retreat. We took a private boat to this. This is actually where the beach was filmed. And so I threw this in here just to show you guys that it is really possible to travel the world doing what you love and making a really sweet income doing it and bringing people together from all areas of the world. You'd be surprised. Most people that show up at a retreat with me in Thailand or London or whatever, they've never met me, but they've come to me because they've studied my online materials. They've seen my presence on YouTube. They've seen my content. So let me tell you, this stuff works when you actually dedicate time to building out your assets. Fifth framework, evergreen everything. Raise your hand if you've heard the word evergreen thrown around. I've realized from doing calls with so many yoga instructors over the years is that some people know what evergreen is and some people have mixed ideas about evergreen. So we're going to break that down a bit. But think of evergreen for now as just like a way to enroll people into a program 365 days a year and having a sales page or a funnel that allows the person to see what the offering is and be able to enroll at any time. There's not the bottleneck of, oh, I've got a teacher training or event that starts on this day and this is the one day that I can enroll people. Evergreen just means that we've created a system that we can do enrollment at any time. And then the 6th one, masterclasses to sales. You guys probably have come to a lot of my masterclasses. Every time I host a masterclass, there's always at least like 5 to 10, sometimes 20 people that enroll in my programs. Learning the art of masterclasses will set you apart and it will move you out of just yoga instructor land into movement educator, holistic movement coach land. So the faster we can learn how to do masterclasses and have a system set up for it, the more we get to have people feel our energy and be in the space with us. And if you're not sure how to hold a masterclass, just hold a 2-hour workshop. A 2-hour workshop and a masterclass, it's the same thing, especially if you're a yoga professional. Okay, so let's talk a bit about you. So you are a multi-passionate yoga teacher with high level of skills. You have a dream of hosting events and retreats all around the world. You want to share your gifts with the masses. You want to build your online program so that you can have passive income and passive revenue. You've probably been working at this for a while and you're really ready to take it to the next level. You've been seeking out mentorship from someone who really knows your industry and has walked that path. So quick show of hands, if that's any of those resonate with you, even if you're watching the replay, raise your hand. There's power in actually like noting that and engaging with this. I know a lot of you guys are going to be watching this on the replay, but I know who you are, and I know that what you're looking for is really just a blueprint and a roadmap. So your current day in your yoga business might look like this. You teach a class at a studio in the morning, you run home, you eat and shower, you do a private session or two, maybe virtually, maybe you got to run somewhere else. You teach another class, then you post a random reel of your yoga practice, not really directing it to any specific event, but you know that you have to get the social media up. So you just like do the reel. Then you sleep and you dream of putting together the yoga business of your dreams. And you wish you had more time for your own yoga practice. I meet so many yoga instructors in all of my programs that are teaching like 15 hours a week, but they're not actually practicing for themselves. And they wonder why clients only book a single session and why the clients are so hard to book with. Do any of these sound like you? But what you really want, you want a predictable income. You want a strategy to turn your yoga offerings into a true sustainable business. And you want to see consistent 10K, 12K, 15K months in your yoga business. A community of aligned clients, you're craving that. Some people that you enjoy serving, not your no clients that really eat up your energy, but energy giving and energy aligned clients. And you want your family to respect your decision to be a yoga professional, AKA a service provider. Raise your hand if you have been kind of looked at sideways by saying, I'm a yoga teacher professionally by members of your family. We've all been there. But what we provide is so valuable. It merges movement, elements of fitness, elements of meditation and stress reduction, holistic living, mobility, getting people out of chronic pain. If you were to think of all the solutions that you provide for your clients through your offerings and you tallied up like them having to seek out alternatives, like think of all the doctor's bills, all the, pain medications, all of the physical therapy, the mental health specialists, like we have a lot of those skills and we just need to kind of package them up into a beautiful offer and market it in a way that allows the person to see the true value. And that's what we're after. So most of you guys probably know who I am. I'm Summer, and it is my passion to advocate for yoga professionals and wellness professionals to build a sustainable business model as service providers and to cultivate and curate a level of excellence in all the services that they provide, essentially in all of your offers. This is a picture of little tiny me back in I don't know, I was probably like 22 or something in Costa Rica. After I graduated from college, went on a little trip to go explore and do yoga. I started publishing my online yoga courses in 2011, and I really haven't stopped since. I produced 4 for a company that I worked for, and then I left the company. I've probably produced another 13 or so on my own. I got my first yoga modeling gig at age 23, and I was paid $200 to be on a DVD. And I was actually afraid to show my midriff because I was really self-conscious about my body. And I almost canceled the shoot. And I'm so glad that I didn't, because that really gave me firsthand experience with a pro that had produced a bunch of fitness and wellness DVDs, movement DVDs, to just be a model, be directed, learn the movements, be on camera. And it really fast tracked me to overcoming the fear of speaking on camera or being on camera, was that experience. So since then, I've founded 2 yoga systems, Kinesiology Yoga and Stillmace Vinyasa. I do self-produce my own events, and I've done this since 2011. I've taught in Spain, London, Budapest, Australia, New York, LA, Thailand, just to name a few of the countries. I still run all of my own yoga programs, and I coach yoga teachers to become better business owners and service providers. So I have 2 elements of my business. I haven't fully transferred over to all business coaching, and I don't plan to. I have a yoga talent agent who's currently pitching Stillmace Vinyasa to different media outlets, doing publishing deals behind the scenes. And so I have no interest in giving up my yoga career to focus only on business. I continue to produce my courses, my retreats, my body of work. I'm very committed to training other instructors in this body of work as well. So my 6-step calendaring system, bust out your notes. I've never shared this before outside of my paid containers. If you're in my Flow Coach Accelerator, we're talking about calendaring in our office hours calls, and we are literally getting all of our masterclasses up, our workshops up, and that's how we drive clients. We have to show up and produce an event, get 10 to 15 people in a room, and we have to pitch. We get to pitch. You don't have to. We get to pitch our program and have an automated email sequence that goes out after the workshop. And that's how we enroll clients. Rinse, wash, repeat. We don't need to recreate the wheel. Just produce a workshop that's a high-level workshop, ask for the sale, direct people into the offering, give them an option for a clarity call, and enroll clients. So this is a crystal clear blueprint to create a six-figure yoga offer suite that stands out from anyone else and generates income and wealth for years to come. I'm going to be presenting my new mastermind, which is called Aligned Impact Mastermind, and it's for yoga teachers, coaches, and wellness entrepreneurs. I'm calling in the visionaries, the leaders, the people that want to make a deep impact, the people that are committed to personal growth, both mindset-wise, branding-wise, content-wise. That's who I'm calling in. And I just want to just thank you again for watching the replay and showing up, because you're here for a reason. You are here to create change and to facilitate deep transformation in your communities. And I just got goosebumps while saying that. Oh my gosh, it just feels so good to be able to just get this like out of my heart. It's been like percolating in my mind for so long, and I'm just so grateful to share this stuff. Because we didn't come out of the womb like knowing how to create a business or to like plan a calendar. Like we're passionate about yoga, and that's our wheelhouse. But I invite anybody that has ever felt overwhelmed around tech or marketing or content creation to change that story. Like decide right now that you're going to change the story. I'm not overwhelmed. It's just a series of unfamiliar events and tasks, and I need to find systems so that it feels easy in my nervous system. So when you feel yourself going into that old story, make a new story. So this is for six-figure focused yoga teachers ready to calendar your program launches, plan your digital product shoots, produce workshops, and maybe a retreat. Like I said, you want consistent client base of premium clients who are happy to pay $1,500 to $3K per package for yoga and movement coaching with you. And they are going to be consistently booking every single week. You might even have an integration week built in there, but they're paying you for a high level of service, and they're not just paying for drop-ins. So imagine you're at Trader Joe's, this happened the other day, your phone alert goes off, another notification just landed in your Stripe account from a premium client signing up for their next round of yoga coaching with you. This is my stand store. This is, I think it's a custom you can just set it as a custom range. This is a 7-day window. And this is just from having my landing pages designed, doing my clarity calls, having my programs run. Generally, I'll just get notifications from auto pays because I'm building in that reoccurring revenue into my business. And this is what I want to teach you as well. So it's the third week. The third time, imagine, again, going into imagination, activating your imagination network will start to show your brain and your nervous system that this is actually true. So imagine you're in Trader Joe's, you just got a ping, another Stripe notification. How does this feel in your body? Do you believe it's possible? These two questions are key to your success. So if you do not believe it's possible, here's the screenshot right here. It is possible. I have another coach in Toronto who has been using this methodology, and she teaches a workshop. She holds a clarity call. She's 4 for 4 right now. She's still goes into those clarity calls really nervous because it's new to her, and it's still a little bit overwhelming because it's a series of new events that feel a little uncomfortable. And she's always shocked when the next day she'll send a screenshot in our group then and be like, another paid in full. Oh, another paid in full, $1,500. So it happens when you have the systems and when you work on the mindset. So first step, believe it's possible, and then start to note how it feels in your body when you imagine it's possible. Another little money hack that I learned from one of my empowered money mindset coaches is to put a notification or an alarm in your phone. Every 11:11, it just says new client enrolled, $1,200 just dropped into my bank account. And I had that set to get me out of a like scarcity mindset and into, oh, the clients are coming, the clients are coming. And then last month I went from, I want to say like 25K in October to 47K. Like there's huge jumps, exponential jumps that are able to happen when you start reprogramming your nervous system and you set up the systems to actually believe it's possible, feel it in your body, get comfortable with the expansion, and keep creating systems and rinse, wash, repeat. So I want you to keep imagining, because the more I paint this picture for you, the more you're going to see the new reality that you're shooting for in this next 12 months. We got 2025, like things happen with time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's a gradual progression. So the next day, you're taking a slow morning after your morning meditation, and you're journaling, and you're about to start your own yoga practice. And your savings account just keeps growing every month as you continue to sell your yoga offers consistently every single week. How can you create this reality? Creating your own yoga coaching programs online, learning the art of soulful selling and relationship building and leading with value, creating offers that feel like a whole body yes. This is a little picture of the Costa Rica venue that we're going to be hosting a retreat at for New Year's next year. I've already calendared out our New Year's retreat, not this year, but the following year. And even into 2026, we have a retreat in Bali, and we have our pre-launch campaign on the calendar ready to go. And when you start putting those things on the calendar and believing that you could do it and putting them out, that's when they manifest. Here are some screenshots from some of our happy little clients. In Flow Coach Accelerator, which is my signature program, that's where people are building their body of work. They're building their first program and their first offer suite. So that might be a good starting place for folks that really want to specialize in holistic movement coaching. But the container for Aligned Impact is for all levels. We'll be covering and reviewing some of that stuff as well, but most of these reviews are from clients that I've been a mentor with, and I do develop a lot of relationships with my clients long-term. They come to retreats, they stay connected, and so it's just really awesome to see whenever somebody leaves a 5-star review, which happens all the time. I'm just like so grateful to see that and to also be able to share the testimonials with you. And if you ever want to check out the Flowshala Google business page, you can see all the 5-star reviews on there as well. But again, it comes back to having a high bar for excellence in your business and being a service provider, and integrity, consistency, showing up at a high level. That's why we have so many high reviews, is because we've stepped into and committed to excellence. So I'm a heart-centered business owner. I'm a hot yoga and sauna connoisseur. I go to my hot yoga classes every Friday, every Saturday. I work out and train at the gym because they have childcare, and I can bring my kids and I can go sauna and downregulate. I have 3 little kids now, which has really made me be really, really careful with my time this year, especially. I'm a feminine leader in the field of coaching and entrepreneurship, and I run several different evergreen coaching cohorts. So here was me at age 31. I produced a yoga festival, 2 of them, 2 years in a row, actually, before the pandemic. And it costed me $9K. So I had probably $20,000 or so of income generated from it, but I didn't run the numbers. It was my first time doing it. So we didn't end up making money on that. These are just demonstrations and things that I've tried really big things, and sometimes they work and sometimes you're like, okay, that costed me money. But I didn't look at it as a failure. I looked at it as community building and as brand building. And there's still people that ask me and reach out to me about when's the next Flow State Summit? Like, when are you doing that again? And we will do it again, and we'll have a different system for having like brand sponsorship. So we have a baseline budget to start with, but there's, if you don't try a thing, you're never going to know. So I do encourage you, take failure as feedback, iterate on your systems, iterate on your offers until you find that sweet spot. I started a yoga studio with no business plan, like no business experience at all. I was just like, sure, I'll take a $20,000 loan out and buy some yoga mats and some equipment. And I just found my dream studio. And I signed up, and then I had like a $20 intro trial, and we made like $1,200 like the first month. And I was like, oh crap, like I got to learn business, and I got to learn it fast. So I hired my first business coach, Alex Hermosi, bless his heart. And then we went from, I don't know, $1,200 a month, me being barely able to pay my instructors, to $450,000 a year, like within minutes of learning Facebook marketing and learning how to market and proper campaigns, proper like clarity calls, proper systems, and something to actually sell. I did hire a team of 10 yoga instructors, thinking a studio was the only way to scale. And I was in that model for a long time. And now I'm out of that model and I'm doing all the things I love, but I just have a more like profitable yoga business model. So I did run that studio for 6 years through a global pandemic. We were at the end of it. The business itself was earning negative 10K a month, and I was working 40 hours a week and weekends. So you want to talk about hard work or having your heart break being in a studio? Like, I've been through it all. Like, ask me anything about any model of business in yoga, and I've been there. It went from making 450 grand a month and staying there and hovering to like a slow decline. And then I started doing more business coaching, and I got a real estate license to like float the studio, because I was just like, it was so hard for me to let go of the studio. But I promise you, once I let go of the studio, like my whole world opened up. I was like, oh, I can still do retreats. I can still do online programs. I can still have my private clients. And I really stand by, like, your business model is so, so important. So choose wisely when you're choosing a business model. The micro studio model, which is this model, is by far the most profitable business model I've ever seen. It's an 80% profit margin. Most yoga studio owners I talk to are lucky if they're making between 4 and 10% profit margin. Rant over. All right, let's get back into the positive. So now, here's me. This is at our prenatal photo shoot for Steel Mace Vinyasa. I created a whole prenatal program or manual with all the prenatal Steel Mace Vinyasa moves. That'll be coming out later next year on the calendar. But now I run a solopreneur business. I have a handful of coaches and contractors I work with no employees. This year to date, so far as December 1st, I've generated 232K in my yoga business, and I work 3 days a week. Client-facing days, and then I do a lot of admin and marketing stuff kind of behind the scenes. It's not like I'm only working 3 days a week, but I have 3 client-facing days where I'm doing my coaching and getting in front of clients. I took a 6-week, not 6-month maternity leave for my 3rd child. Anybody that has 3 kids knows that if you have another child under 3, you really don't have a maternity leave. So I was still taking care of Margaret and running around and taking her to school and whatnot. So 6 weeks was just enough for me. In a perfect world, I would have loved to have more, but I had a bunch of things on my calendar, had these retreats. I wanted to keep producing. I wanted to stay in my business. And so that was my choice. And I'm happy that I did that, because now I can look into 2025 and hit the ground running. So I do have my 2025 calendar mapped out with my seminars, with my retreats first. I do recommend you put those on there first. So you got your little spreadsheet, put your retreats, like one big retreat. Even if you're just dreaming it, just put it on the calendar for like 8 to 10 months from now, maybe 12 months from now, and reverse engineer how to do it. Put 2 workshops that are paid on there, and then put 2 free master classes. Like, start small. In Aligned Impact, the mastermind, we might have a few more than that, but at the bare bones, can you just commit to putting that on the calendar? Last year, I looked at my calendar and I ran 7 master classes that really brought me my dreamiest clients. The quality of people that have come into the Flow Coach Accelerator, Embodied Yoga Business School, the other programs I run, the quality since I started doing master classes has improved drastically. Like, I want to hang out with these people. I want to be friends with these people. Like, these people are my people. And it's because I show up on these regular master classes that I'm attracting those kind of dream clients. I've helped hundreds of yoga teachers build their legacy brands and business online over the past beyond 4 years. I've been a business mentor actually for the past 10 years, and I used to work with just wellness brands and do one-on-one coaching. My original program was Flow State of Mind coaching. I also coach and consult with high ticket coaches on building out funnels and ad campaigns. So it is my passion, and I want to keep educating and empowering yoga teachers too, because that's my niche. So back to you. Imagine what it would be like getting Stripe notifications while you're sleeping. Like, waking up to like a couple sales is the best feeling ever. It's kind of normal to me now. So I like, when it first started happening, I was like, this is amazing, but it's like totally normalized. But I still tried to celebrate and have a moment of gratitude as money's coming in. And I also try to have gratitude as money's going out. So as I'm paying my rent, having gratitude that I'm able to live in such a beautiful cabin. We just moved to a cabin on the lake. Or as I'm paying my contractors, just sending them voice notes on the team thread. Like, I just sent this the other day. I was like, thank you guys so much. It's been such an amazing year. I'm really just proud of everyone here. And everyone just responded. So it's like, can you have gratitude as your money comes in, but also as it's going out, and switch the relationship of like, oh, I have to pay a bill. It's like, can you have gratitude for the fact that you have to pay a $200 bill and you have a phone that you can basically work from anywhere? Like, that is so rad. So all of this is possible when you calendar your yoga offerings, so you can just show up and serve your clients on the highest level. So how do you calendar your yoga offers so that your clients buy again and again and stay in your ecosystem and really start to scale your business to 100K and beyond? At this point in the workshop, I'm going to invite you, if you're still here and you're watching the replay, DM me the word offers, and I will send you my yoga offer spreadsheet if you don't already have that. It's a 5-pager, and it has kind of a breakdown of calculating your offers. So DM me the word offers, and I'll make sure that you get that so you can start crunching the numbers and seeing the 5 core offers that you ought to have if you're really, and when you're really ready to scale your business. So I want you to understand and implement these 6 frameworks. So firstly, you want to audit your energy and mindset often, because your inner beliefs and your subconscious and unconscious beliefs, that programming is truly what creates your reality. And so if you have any sticky stuff around money or selling or wealth, audit your energy and your mindset often. Switch the story. Just make a decision. That story no longer serves me. I'm not replaying it. I'm putting a new story in. Before this workshop, I was like so nervous. So I just started doing, like, I'm a an athlete. So I have like little tricks that I do before I go into performing, like before running a race. You have to get in the mindset of visualizing finishing the race. And so for this, I was just like getting all the energy out, jumping, like I'm calling people in, I'm calling my visionaries, my leaders. Like I want the people that are watching this to like DM me after this and be like, that was life-changing for me. I'm so motivated. I'm so inspired to do what I love and to make a big impact. And so even just little things that you can do to get yourself in the mindset of believing it's possible. Who are you calling in? You could be like, I'm calling in 5 new clients who are professionals who want to do the work, who are going to follow all their homework. I'm calling in these people. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying audit your energy and your mindset. It's like be your own hype person, like be your own hype girl. No one's going to hype you up. Maybe I will, but usually most normal people aren't going to hype you up. You kind of have to become your own hype person and just set a number. I'm calling in this type of client. This is who they are. Why am I calling them in? How is it transformational? So once you've audited your energy and your mindset, next piece is the masculine. We've got this like dovetail of the feminine and the masculine, tracking your metrics for offer launch on your calendar to refine your approach. Like this is more of a masculine practice. So this is what I mean by tracking my metrics. So for this workshop, I track every day. There's an email that goes out to my big list, and then I put a post on the socials, and then I have my assistant reach out in the DMs because there's like 1,000 DMs of people that have reached out for services over the years. So if you got that DM, it was actually from my assistant because I have to focus on this stuff, my genius, zone of genius. So tracking my metrics, I'm like, cool, there was 100 people so far that registered. There probably will be people kind of registering throughout. And so I know 100 people registered, X amount of people signed up for the thing. That's tracking my metrics. Or I produce a workshop and I produce 10 emails over the course of 3 months, and I get 8 registrations and I get X amount of dollars from that. Like that, tracking those metrics is so important for developing that empowered money mindset. And it reinforces everything about the process because you can see the actual tangible results when you track metrics. Any business owner that is making 6 figures, 7 figures is tracking the metrics every month. If you're not in that practice, start today. Just take a look at your bank account from last month and see how much money came in, how much money went out. That's your profit and loss. All right, so we talked about these. Let me take a quick sip of water. Okay, we're cruising on time. We still have a half hour. This is great. So I know what you need. You need a blueprint to follow that allows you to grow and scale your yoga business or your wellness or your coaching business. Apparently our picture got disappeared here. So my superpower is a fusion of mindset and energetics work mixed with real marketing and business tactics that are used in online service-based businesses in an easy to digest format. But let's be real, there's not a lot that tops off when a client's like thanking you and they're saying, like, people regularly when they enroll in my Flow Coach Accelerator and they just dropped 4 figures on investing in the program, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I can't wait to get started. I regularly get people that are like, oh my gosh, I already feel the energy changing, I'm getting a flood of ideas and I just can't stop writing, all this creativity is coming, because there's this energy exchange when you decide to invest in yourself and commit to the blueprint or the roadmap. And when you open your phone to another client paid in full, another later on that week, and you have a system that works, like this is what we're after, is creating that type of business, because there's trust and relationship building and there's brand and people can go and check out and scope out what you're all about. So tell me if this sounds like you're ready to have that blueprint for your 100K and 200K a year, somewhere in that range. You're ready to refine your current offerings, because right now the offerings you have are probably not selling like hotcakes yet because you don't have the system, but we're going to refine them a bit, make sure the copy is dialed in, make sure we're using feminine style sales, not pain point sales, desire marketing, energy of like the future of where you're taking them. This is really key to attracting empowered buyers, is to have your messaging be empowering and not disempowering. You're ready to take your business to the next level and maybe take some vacations too. I forgot to mention, on your calendar, you have to put your own personal time off as well. Put your vacations. If you have any family trips around the holidays, if you do a dark month, like we take I think it's like the last 10 days of December and then the first week of January, we do like a solid 2-week going dark. I have other people doing clarity calls and stuff for me, but I personally need that time to recharge, and I give all of our coaches that time as well. So put your own vacations in there on the calendar. And if you want to take a month off in July, like maybe that's not next year, but maybe you take a week off next year. Like put those in the calendar as well. Whew, all right. So if you're ready to learn how to map out your 100 to 200K year in yoga, you're ready to learn to self-produce your own events, you're ready to rock out your online products and programs to make more aligned impact with your in-person clients and your online community, you're ready to refine those offers and scale them and bring you systems to get those cha-chings. If you use StanStore, it says cha-ching anytime somebody buys. So it's kind of this cute little thing, but it's also like a psychology reinforcing thing that you see it and you're like, oh, I'm excited. So I have this little shoot that I did here where I took a bunch of posters and I just wrote out a bunch of things that were like on my mind because I was in the stage of like setting boundaries, which I'm always in. And it says, if my boundaries make you uncomfortable, that's a sign that they're working. So when I set boundaries for my clients, for example, if you're a client of mine, you know that I'm going to check Voxer and I'm going to get back to you within a 24 to sometimes 48, never usually more than 48, but I give a window, 24 to 72 hours. And we're letting go of urgency culture. And I do not check emails on the weekends. I'm not going to get back to you on the weekends. And that's a boundary. And my clients respect that. And the clients that I have are my aligned clients. So they actually practice that as well. So set some boundaries, less overgiving, making things a bit more exclusive, respecting your own time. If you're checking emails at 9 p.m., like break the habit of just going to emails all the time and try to get back into your zone of genius, your creation, your calendaring. I'm giving you a permission slip right now that the next time you go into that just doom scrolling or just like checking emails, can you instead pull up your calendar or pull up your notes or bust out your journal and start visioning for 2025 of all the amazing events that you're going to be curating, the programs you're going to be curating. All right, so if you are wanting to grow a 200K business, 100 to 200K, you definitely should know about the online yoga industry trends. They're pretty Googleable. I've researched these. They're basically the research because the nature of research studies, they're kind of looking at like the pandemic era and how there was a very big shift in the pandemic. This bottom square here on the bottom right, the pandemic led to a significant shift towards online yoga classes with 25% increase in online yoga class reservations and 154% surge in demand for yoga equipment. So more people started doing yoga at home, less people at studios. Then post-pandemic, 60% of students indicated a preference for pre-recorded classes, while only 36% of teachers said they prefer to do this format. So your clients actually want online programs to supplement the time with you. So the perfect marriage of a premium program is to have your online program built out. This is what we do in Flow Coach Accelerator. We're going to be shifting that to a 6-month container next year. So if that's a program you've had your heart set on, definitely get in touch with me before we shift it to a longer container to get the original pricing. But we basically, there's a huge market for people that want done for you courses. And then they want this like hybrid format where they get to see you once a week and then they get to do your online program the rest of the week. And so that's really, again, when we look at an offer suite, you should have a digital product that's done for you with no fulfillment. Somebody can just buy, it's priced in a certain strategic way. And then we have a premium program that's more a high touch program that has accountability and modifications and, other aspects of mental health and mental wellness. So the global yoga market is forecasted to reach $66 billion by 2027 with a compound annual growth of 9.6% from 2021 to 2027. And predominantly female, predominantly college educated, often people prefer morning sessions. And most people, if they average it out, they're spending around $90 a month on yoga. But there's definitely people that are spending a lot more than that when they're hiring a private coach or they're investing in a retreat. For me, I have a yoga membership. I'm already signed up for a retreat in October with one of my friends that's facilitating. It's for moms. I like to go to workshops. So us as yoga teachers, we also invest in a higher level too. All right, some other online yoga industry trends. So yoga can be considered a meditative practice, and it falls within the global mental wellness industry. And that industry is also a $120 billion industry. You guys have probably seen a lot of coaches popping up that are facilitating somatics. Somatics has like blown up in the past year to 2 years. That's something that we've been also pioneering for the past 5 years in Flow Coach Accelerator is merging movement coaching and yoga with somatics. I recently did a clarity call for a woman who does a group program for that, and the investment was $7K for a 6-month container. If I wanted one-on-ones with her, the special coach, or if I wanted her team, it was $4K for a group facilitated program with 2 45-minute calls a month. So if there ever was a time for you to produce your signature program, like now is the time, because we can grow an audience, we can build our email list, we can market, we can provide real solutions. So this is an interesting stat here on the bottom. How has the mode of yoga instruction changed due to the pandemic? Before pandemic, only 9% of teachers and 40% of students practice online. They probably practice through like YouTube or things like Yoga Glow or those other like $10 a month apps. These numbers increased to 91% of students and 86% of teachers during the pandemic, with a preference for live stream classes and recorded sessions. So just interesting stuff to know about your industry. I do recommend continuing to get those stats so that you can know what your buyers want. A lot of them want pre-designed courses. They want done for you, high quality educational courses that they can just buy and own for life. Your 100K year in yoga is closer than you think. You just have to decide to create it. So I'm inviting everyone on this call and everyone on the replay to join my Aligned Impact Mastermind, which is a 12-month container for freedom and wealth-seeking online entrepreneurs. Imagine waking up, seeing your bank account grow, and the messages from your students who are loving the results and they're excited to continue working in your programs. And you probably are going to think to yourself, why the heck didn't I do this a lot sooner? This is a bath picture because I love baths. I'm sure you guys can all relate. But let's paint the picture a little bit more. So imagine you can take a week off at the end of every month for integration while your clients are well supported because they have the online assets. This is something that I model. I teach the first 3 weeks of the month, and then I take the 4th week off for integration so I can kind of catch up and get in my own creative space and have just a down regulation a week. You can finally unplug and take a summer and winter vacation without worrying about missing sales because you have a diverse offer suite that you're excited to promote, and you've set all your automations up so you can just go on vacation and boom, boom, boom. The automations go out promoting a program. This is really great for seasonal lulls. Like if you're not getting a bunch of clients in July and December, those are really great months to be doing product launches. You can take a bubble bath in the morning before heading out for the day because you don't need to always be showing up for other people's classes. You've created scalable group cohorts and you can serve your clients in a different way that allows you to bring more people in and serve them at a higher level. You could make your own schedule and work from a coffee shop or a Thai food restaurant when you want, because you're creating online offerings and marketing campaigns that generate more passive income. That's the sticky point that I think a lot of yoga teachers don't want to do, is they don't want to do the heavy lifting of learning a new skill, of learning the email marketing, learning how to, create an opt-in. And once you have a system, like I'll tell you, for me, I created this opt-in for this workshop and all the back end of it because I have the system, which I will be sharing with you guys in the mastermind. I created it start to finish in 1.5 hours to get the opt-in designed, get all the emails set up for when you opt in, you get like a 5 email sequence, and to start creating the posters and everything. It took me 1.5 hours. And we promoted it since the end of like Black Friday. I've only been promoting this for like 9 days and we had 100 people sign up. So if you want the systems to do the thing really quickly, like the systems are there, you just have to be ready to learn them and learn the new skill. And then it becomes like just washing your hair. It's like easy peasy. So I just want to encourage you that you can produce your workshops, events, and you can make a massive impact, and you can set up an actual business plan to earn 6 figures. And especially if you are making 6 figures, make sure you have an accountant and a bookkeeper, pay your taxes on time. Use your events as a way to guide people into your other yoga offerings. I apologize that this picture isn't missing. Isn't there. I moved to this cabin out in the woods and I was like putting the pictures in, and some of them looks like they didn't come. I'm so bummed. All right, so let's keep on cruising here. It looks like the rest of our presentation might be just words. All right, so the main things that you're going to learn, like I said, are your 6 frameworks. You're going to learn to reverse engineer your year week by week. Selling more sells more. You're going to learn how to market like a pro. You're going to learn to curate events that activate your clients. You're going to learn evergreen, and you're going to learn masterclass sales. This is a new framework that might feel really big. And so I want you to do a little energy audit. Like, how are we feeling about that? Is that feeling, whoo? But you have a year to learn the frameworks. And it's not like you're just learning one and then you're done and then you move to the next one. You're having a framework to have your calendar first, and then learning how to sell, and then you're learning your marketing. So you might be learning, there might be overlap, like ebb and flow within these different frameworks. But at the end of the day, once you have these frameworks down, that's really what allows you to scale your time and stop trading time for money. And we're going to go into a little bit more depth in reverse engineering each of the frameworks. So reverse engineering your year week by week. This is starting with your time off and your family trips, then adding your live workshops. In the Aligned Impact Mastermind, we're going to be mapping out a strategic year with a solid cadence of in-person events, hybrid events, product launches that allows you the freedom to make sales online while protecting your personal and your own schedule and your personal time. So there's a very specific cadence for how we set this up, and I will make sure that you have all the tools to make the cadence make sense. Secondly, we're going to learn how to attract empowered buyers and sell more with less effort. So in the online digital marketing space, there's this trend that's happening right now, which is awesome. I love that it's finally happening because bro marketing, which is like pain point marketing and high pressure sales, is like the grossest thing ever. And that's half of my business coaches. The first, like, I don't know, 5 years that I invested a lot of money into business coaching taught me high pressure sales. They didn't know feminine marketing. Like, there's a huge surgence in feminine leadership and in entrepreneurial leadership where women are stepping into the seat of creating digital products, of building these very lean businesses. And I'm here for it. Like, I'm actually in a mastermind with a bunch of women that are in the online space doing that. And feminine sales is a really cool system. And I can't explain it all, obviously all on this workshop today, but the essence of it is it's the opposite of bro marketing. It is value driven. It's relationship building. I have no attachment to whether or not or what timeline people sign up. I want people to sign up when they feel activated and ready to do the work. And so the timeline is not my like responsibility. It's my responsibility to just show up, provide the container, and when people are ready to hit go, they will hit go. So you'll be given my exact framework for attracting aligned clients that truly value your time and your offerings. I'll show you exactly which offers should have clarity calls and which ones don't, which can be sold with email and social marketing systems, and how to grow your email list with hot leads. So people that are actually interested in your offers as a hot lead. If somebody comes to this workshop or registers for this workshop, they're interested in what I have to say. So they would be considered more of a like empowered buyer that's ready to make a decision. They're in the research phase and they're like ready to make a buying decision and do the work. So same goes for yoga. If somebody is just, they're not quite in that research phase, they're not really wanting to change, they're probably not going to be investing in a $2,000 program with you. It's the person that's had chronic pain for 10 years and is ready to make a change and get consistent. And they want to see their shoulder health. They want to actually be able to lift things again because they have like frozen shoulder. Like those are the clients that are your prospective clients that are ready to invest in a longer term program with you. And lastly, I will teach you how to grow your email list with leads or hot leads that are looking for the exact solutions that you provide. And that's where email marketing, that's where social media marketing comes in. We need to have content that brings people in and gives value so that we can build an email list to be able to, in order to make passive revenue, you need to build an email list. You can't just be expecting people to go straight from real to product. Like there's an email process in between there that's really important if you really want to step it up into being a six-figure earner. So marketing like a pro, email campaigns and content that converts. If you're not sure how to market and sell your programs or your offerings, I'll show you how to craft your own branding assets. I'm going to give you my whole Canvas stack with examples for sales pages, show you how to create systems for clients to make a buying decision. You'll learn exactly how to lead with value, build trust, create relationships with your clients so they keep coming back for more. Oh, such a bummer. I might have to refilm this later on because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, but imagine this was a retreat, our Costa Rica retreat poster. And then this was like a banner for all of the retreats for the year. So that's what that was there. Curating events that activate your clients. Have you been dreaming of producing weekend workshops and retreats that generate significant income? So most yoga teachers that I've talked to, they're like excited to go and teach in Bali or wherever, and they're excited to just like have their flight paid for and have a free trip. Gone are the days that I will ever do that. And you shouldn't either, because your time is valuable. It's your non-renewable resource. The time that you're taking away from your family, from your clients, from being home, like you got to make sure that that's a sustainable business model. And so I do encourage you at the bare minimum, when you're crunching the numbers for your retreat, write this number down. you ought to be making for like a 5-day retreat, the bare minimum per facilitator. If there's 2 of you, each person needs to be bringing in $1,000 of profit per head. And I would have your retreat be a bare minimum of 10 people so that you're for sure taking home 10,000 after the expenses. So after the flight, after the venue rental, all the lodging, all that. So that's why our price points for a 5-day, we're doing an all-inclusive retreat with food, with like transport and all this at fancy places. So people invest around $3,000 to $4,000 to come on a 5 or 6-day retreat with us. And then we're making about $1,000, my co-facilitator, Mark and I, to doing that. So set the bar higher, do the extra legwork to make it a nice retreat. And then our retreats also are not just they're not just going there for sitting on the beach or like doing a casual yoga class. Like integrate your work into it. Like we do like 8 hours of training with steel mace and staff and clubs and like movement and mobility and flow state education. So people are coming there, and we also I've curated the whole event from start to finish. Every meal is eaten together. Some people don't like doing retreats like that, but I like the community aspect because we're doing a hard thing. There's like a hero's journey arc within our retreats. And so that's my style because we do warrior style training. So whatever your style is, curate it in such a way where most meals are eaten together. There's an arc of, mobility moving into like higher intensity asana, into like restorative, like what is the arc? What is the hero's journey within the retreat? And then that's how we facilitate transformation, is by putting a lot of care into all of the little details. So in the mastermind, I'll be giving you all my tips and tricks on that because I have been producing my own retreats for the past 15 years, and I will show you exactly how to do it too. Yay, pictures. Pictures are back. All right, water is happening. One sec. So framework number 5, the evergreen everything. So if you don't know what evergreen is, I did explain it briefly. But if you want to just enroll clients any day of the year or take a group offering you currently have, like if you have, for example, a yoga teacher training that happens once a year, I can show you, if it is of interest to you, to roll that into what's called an evergreen program so that you can have an auto enrollment, like people can enroll throughout the entire year. It's a really cool model because what it does is it helps people that like couldn't start on that date, allows access to the teacher training. People that don't want to pay for flight and lodging to come do a thing in person or missed work, it allows them access. People that work full time, it allows them access. It's an asynchronistic learning model. So my clients or my students in my 100-hour Steel Mace Vinyasa teacher training, they watch some prerequisite courses, they do some on-demand classes, they come to some movement labs, they come to some seminars, they come to some longer movement labs, they come to office hours. So this asynchronistic model, I had one of my other students this year, Andy, flip her teacher training that was a 6-month program. We shrunk it down to 4 and we put it on an evergreen so that she can enroll students 365 days a year instead of the old model where she was also undercharging. The old model was just enrolling 2 times because it was running on 6-month cycle. I think she only ran it once a year though. So if you have a teacher training or a program or a thing that you're wanting to get some help with rolling it into a more premium program of evergreen, that's what I'm here for. And then the 6th framework is the masterclass to sales framework. So that's for folks that want to learn how to create a powerful masterclass and a series of them. So think for masterclasses, topics like shoulder health or low back pain, how to heal low back pain with yoga, or happy hips, or, glutes, building glute strength. Like these are the types of like workshops that are related to musculoskeletal system. Then you can also weave in asana and energetics and hormone balance and women's health. There's just so many different diverse topics. And what happens when you start to shift into teaching these master classes, guess who's going to be showing up to those? Your most aligned clients that want that high level knowledge and high level education, that are willing to invest at a high level to have you be their coach or their yoga instructor. So I will teach you my exact framework for creating a cadence of masterclasses with strong calls to action immediately following your live event. You can branch out beyond yoga asana and into the holistic lifestyle coaching realm of service, the energetics of yoga, the healing modalities that you embody. All this can be done in live masterclasses. And just so you know the numbers, for every 10 people that come to a masterclass, I usually see 2 to 3 purchase a paid offer. That depends on the offer. I would say if you're doing a workshop in person, usually people will move to another offering after a workshop. Online research shows that people usually need to come and see about 2 to 2.5 live events to make a purchase. And then more research shows that people need to consume about 5 to 7 hours of long form content before making a buying decision, which is pretty interesting. Apologies again for the images not being there. I'll send the slide deck out if that's helpful for you guys. Or actually I'll fix the slide deck and I'll probably end up refilming this later on. So this is my 12-month group coaching program. It's unlike any other, and it's created for yoga entrepreneurs, coaches, and wellness professionals who are ready to grow and scale their businesses. And it is the exact same framework that I use to build out my year ahead of time so that you can show up and do your best work. So whether you're launching your program for the first time or you're refining and relaunching your offerings that didn't have a full marketing strategy, welcome to your mastermind where you can make little refinements each week that move the needle massively in your business. Honestly, your 100K year is just a calendar session away. It starts with the calendar and then getting the strategy and the implementation. So this is for you if you're ready to map out your calendar and do the work to generate sales in your business. If you're ready to learn new skills, email automations, and strategy to generate wealth at scale. This is for you if you want to work less and earn more and prioritize your personal time first. You are ready for a mastermind container dedicated to helping you to fast track to success in your business and finally feel calm in your nervous system around money and sales. That's the biggest piece. I am so excited to just have energetic sessions with folks and giving them the tools that I have found to be really helpful around expansion and wealth. And I'm nowhere near perfect. I'm still growing, investing in my business, and very much in an investing stage right now. But I have found as I continue to grow and invest in, different systems and different marketing funnels and building out my sales pages, redesigning my websites, as I'm investing in this stuff, I'm very focused on this being a wealth generating asset for years to come. And I actually have an exit strategy in the next 5 years. Like I want to sell this business and move on and do something else. So think big, because that's what we're here for. This is not for you if you're just looking for a done for you template and you don't want to put any of your own energy in it. If you're not coachable, you don't show up to do the work or watch the recordings if you can't come live to the coaching calls. If you aren't willing to dedicate the time to writing your offers, testing them, and gathering data, like if an offer flops, if you're just going to give up, this is not for you. Like you got to test an offer. If it flops, why did it flop? What was the messaging? Let's gather data. Let's refine it. Let's rework it a little bit and put it out in a new way, because the market dictates whether or not your offer is actually sellable. The market decides. And so we have to understand that as business owners and not take it personally. Just rename it, rework it, do a different launch strategy, do a different masterclass. This is also not for you if you don't believe in creating wealth online or time freedom. You got to believe that it's possible in order for it to actually happen. And there's so many people, there's so much evidence that this is happening right now. And this is the time for yoga instructors to get in. So after I mapped out my calendar in 2024, I averaged out how much income I made, and I made about 22K a month throughout the entire year. It ebbed and flowed. Some months were up to 32K. I had also started marketing events months in advance, so that 7 months in 2025, I kind of mapped out all of the marketing events, and we'll have between 6 and 15K of workshop or retreat revenue. And I've actually ran those numbers a bit further, and if we're counting the New Year's retreat, I think it's closer to like 70,000. This is actually a typo. Maybe at the time when I wrote this, it's definitely more than 6 to 15K. But each retreat is around 10 to 15K, and then we're doing several seminars as well. So the paid events alone, this is what this is saying is each event itself generates between 6 and 15K. And so times 7 different events for the year, that's where we get the 70K number. Sorry, my little girl math moment there. So after I mapped out my calendar, I was like, wow, I can't believe that I basically went from running a studio that's making 10K to like going fully virtual and still doing all the things that I love and just removing that non-profitable aspect of my business that was the big high overhead of the studio, and just doing online stuff, like doing online coaching programs, developing and launching products, creating new bundles. And yeah, I have had several high ticket coaches reaching out to me for marketing strategy. So I have 3 high ticket coaches coming on that are going to have me do their ad strategy, writing out their campaigns. So I'm like, okay, this is the time. If ever there was a time for me to really open this mastermind for my yoga community, like this is the time. So I do have pre-release pricing that's only for people in this workshop. We are going to start the second week in January. So modules are going to release in January. There's nothing really over the holidays, but you can lock in your founders pricing. And it will be actually going up over time to eventually a much higher price point, but you can basically lock in the mastermind at $555 a month for 12 months. And after December 13th, the price will be going up. So I'm actually just running this founders pricing for just 72 hours. I was going to run it a week, but I just want to just do it for 72 hours because I think the people that really know this is for them, they're going to be down to sign up. And then you'll see me promote it in my newsletter and it will be at a higher price point. But if you are here in this workshop, you get to have access to the founders pricing. So it will be 12 monthly payments of $555. I have the write-up, the Stand Store link that has everything that's included, but we've definitely gone through it quite a bit in this as well. So you will be saving over $5,000 if you do that. And if you decide you want to do the paid in full, then you'll get a deep dive strategy call with me. And access to some additional course content. So either one of these is fine. I think most people are going to be in the payment plan version. So if that is appealing to you and you want to rock it out, jump into the mastermind. I'm so excited for the visionaries, the leaders, the people that are going to be showing up to do the work. I'll be having industry experts. I'll be having my designer do pop-ups with me. I'll be having different coaches from different like health coaches, like mental health coaches, some of my friends that are high-level coaches. So there'll be some pop-ups, but mostly it is going to be me doing the group coaching calls. And then there will be all the 6 frameworks will be dripped out starting in January, where you get to have like videos that you can do all the tech stuff of like how to set up the email campaign, how to set up the Canva, like all that stuff will be the frameworks. Modules will be released. They're going to be released in the first 12 weeks of the program. So as you come in, you'll be able to kind of digest them and go for it. So here is what is in it. Let's go here. The framework, we've got framework number 1, our calendaring. We're going to map out your 3 core offers, project your earnings. We're going to get your advanced offer spreadsheet so you can keep a pulse on your profit and losses. You'll get a full calendar for the year and a strategy for your paid live workshops. You'll be given my exact strategy and cadence for virtual workshops that convert into clients. So all the copy, all the posters, all the examples I have, you'll just have that as a framework. And I do recommend you kind of tweak it. But if you're wanting to just learn a system that already works, it's already been proven in the field, feel free to utilize mine. That's what this is for. But put your own spin on it. If you want to go evergreen with your program, you're going to be guided to do that as well. We're going to master the art of selling. We're going to learn how to value and price your premium services and build wealth while expanding your earnings with ease in your nervous system. You're going to be given support for designing your program sales pages, conducting heart-led clarity calls, building relationships, and writing up your events and sales pages, and leading with value on the front end and creating professional materials to support your clients with. You're going to learn how to market like a pro. No fluff videos and exactly how to film your videos and upload them to your course. If you're stuck on that, that is a very easy fix. We can figure that out. I've got all the gear. I know exactly how to do it. And I even have tips and tricks for getting it edited if you don't want to edit it. There's like cheaper ways to do that. You're going to learn exactly how to write a sales page and price your premium course. And you're going to learn how to pair a video course with a premium one-on-one group offering so that you can charge 4 figures for your signature program versus one-off $100 sessions. Totally different service. You'll be shown exactly how to design your full 12-week program that integrates yoga, movement, and mindset. And framework 4, how to create beautiful email campaigns that sell for you with a system so that you can literally make the bones of the email, hit duplicate, change the copy. That's literally what I do when I'm running a campaign, because somebody needs to see something 7 to 22 times to make a buying decision. So having a specific cadence in a campaign is really imperative if you want to make sales, and you run it for a certain amount of time and then you switch to a new offer or a new free offering, or maybe like an opt-in like this. And so again, it's having that cadence and that structure so that you know exactly what to market and when. And I did a little, my calendar's right behind the screen, but I did a little a little like mock-up of just the month of December and wrote down, like, I have 2 email lists. I have my old yoga clients from my old studio and all my private clients, and I have my business coaching clients. And I was like, I could literally be selling something every week of the year, and selling more sells more. And so if I'm willing to do the work of crafting the offers and then putting them on the calendar and writing out those emails, I think in November we did a Black Friday sale, a retreat campaign, and maybe promoting for this masterclass. It was a lot of emails, but if you commit to having a system and pumping it out, like, you can do this too, and eventually you could hire it out. But I really like to be behind the scenes on my own emails. So Freiburg 5, creating systems for evergreen enrollments. We're going to create those systems so that you can enroll your premium clients into your programs 365 days a year. Once you have a successful program, you can roll it into an evergreen rolling enrollment cohort. And I'll show you how I've done this consistently for the past 4 years with 3 different cohorts. This will be my 4th one. And we'll cover how to build in client retention with every package by assuming the re-enrollment and creating massive value. So when a client does your premium program, they're not just stopping there, they're just re-enrolling into the next 12 pack and into the next 12-week session and into the next 12-week session if you're doing it in this strategic way. And if you're providing value and they continue to see solutions in your coaching, they're going to just stay with you for years and years. And then lastly, masterclass to sales. Your best clients are waiting for you to show up as the experienced yoga professional who is ready to move beyond just teaching asana. You'll learn how to name your workshops, how to fill them, how to convert your attendees into premium clients. I'll show you exactly how I create activation workshops for my prospective clients and community, both here in the business realm and also when I'm promoting other events, like in my other cohort, Embodying Flow, which is my personal signature program. And then using masterclasses to build trust and authority in your field as well. And the bonus items, again, I apologize for the early typo, but we're going to run the founders pricing through Friday at midnight. And if you do sign up, you'll get a 45-minute deep dive call with me for big picture strategy for the first 10 people that sign up. You'll get no fluff tech trainings for how to set up your checkout links, your online products, your payment links with my preferred course, which is StanStore. And I'll drop the link when I turn this off of the StanStore product, so you can just see what it looks like. But StanStore is awesome. It's for digital creators. It's the best for Instagram, for people that want to start building courses. It's like your all-in-one course software. You can get a 14-day trial if you go to my link in bio. Just check it out, poke around in there, but that's what I recommend. Some people have tried using other links, but if you want to really see the high conversion, like, do StanStore. Social media optimization for content that converts to clients. My advanced yoga offers system to project your income for 100 to 200K. Because if you don't have that roadmap and you don't know how many offers you need to sell per month to be able to hit your goals, it's going to be really hard to get there. And so it's really important that we reverse engineer how many of these offers need to sell each month and each quarter to be able to generate that income. And just so if you're curious what that looks like, it's around, well, actually I have a screen that's probably going to come up, but it's around, I'll just wait to the slide, but it's around 15 client hours, 15 to 19, if you want to be making 10K a month in just that offer. If you add a premium signature offering, you add a retreat, that's where you're starting to move beyond 120K a year, is when you start building out the other offers. Profit and losses, super important. So you can make sure you're generating a profit each month. Lead tracking system, so you can stay on top of reaching out and nurturing your prospective clients. Access to my Demystifying Digital Course Creation course that I have not even released to the public, but that's going to be a sellable course, but you can get it for free. And then my gear list for DIY video course production. And then the coaching calls, I will be doing my signature style of group coaching 3 times a month, focused on industry trainings, hot seat style coaching, where if there's people on the call and they submitted something for me to audit, or they have specific questions, there'll be a form that you can fill out prior to the call so that you actually get coaching from me on the calls. Marketing tactics for your business and strategy. And then the call times are going to vary so that everyone can have access, and the recordings will be shared in our group thread. Like I said, I'll have some pop-up guest speakers from my design team, industry experts, the StanStore ambassador team, meta ad specialists, and other coaches in the field. And this is really your community of powerhouse yoga teachers, coaches, and wellness entrepreneurs. So when you have a sales page you want to put up and you want feedback, like, or a workshop poster you're proud of, you can just drop it in the thread and have your community of your other masterminders, your other Aligned Impact Masterminders, hyping you up and giving you that feedback in real time. So the next steps, founders pricing will be available now through Friday, the 13th, Friday the 13th at midnight. The first 10 people get an additional, so you get a 45-minute call just for signing up. The first 10 people get a 45-minute call. If you do a pay in full, you would get an additional hour-long strategy call for a paid in full. There's not going to be any homework. Nothing's going to be released till mid-January. I want you to have the time to rest and recover over the holidays. You're just locking in your pricing. And then, yes, you will get 12 months of coaching from the time that we actually kick off. It will be on auto pay and you get an additional month. So even though you're paying a month early, you're still going to get 12 months of coaching from the start date. Frequently asked questions. Is this a course? No, this is a mastermind and there's going to be content dripped out as you go, live trainings. I bet the industry is going to change massively in 2025. So this, again, is not a one size fits all. This is me basically synthesizing all that I'm learning out there in the field, all the courses that I'm investing in. I'm basically percolating all of the information that I'm investing in from top industry leaders into a mastermind curated for yoga and wellness professionals. And so you can, like, the people that I'm working with, that I'm doing masterminds with, like, these are high level coaches, and I'm pulling all that information in here and then dripping it out so that I can just hand walk you through the process of how it fits for this business model. That's a common question that I get. So another question, what if I can't make live calls? Don't worry, all the recordings will be shared on the Kajabi platform. And so you'll have access to that. And even if you can't come live, you can still submit things. So don't worry about the live call piece. Obviously, it's great to be live, but I will be changing up the times every quarter so that different people have access to different times. So if you have time constraints, no worries. But once I will release the times in early Jan, so you guys can do some planning and kind of tweak your schedule. But we're still in the launch phase, so all that stuff will come. What if I'm a newer entrepreneur? As long as you feel like you have a product or service that you can sell, we can support you here. So we need to package up your gifts, put them on a checkout link. We need to make some content. We need to make some marketing systems. We need to build that list, because right now it might be just an idea, and that's fine. Like, I've worked with many students, many yoga teachers they had no offer suite, no checkout links. They were just collecting payments through like Zelle and PayPal. Ideally, you have some idea, like you're confident that what you have to teach, like you're ready to rock and roll. So you're not like a brand new beginner, but you don't have to have everything dialed in on, the first quarter could be the time that you're building out your offers and you're doing some audience building. That being said, I will say Flow Coach Accelerator, if you're wanting to specialize in holistic movement coaching and you want the movement coaching piece, like the certification piece, that container is a little bit more geared for developing the fulfillment piece. We do a lot of marketing and similar stuff in Flow Coach Accelerator, but this mastermind is kind of more for like next level of like dialing in those offers and more focused on selling and marketing. What type of earnings can I expect? I will say this disclaimer: income varies based on experience, the work you put in, your brand, your presence, and about a million other factors. So at no point should you ever go into something saying that expecting a certain thing. You can set the bar high and say, I want to take on 10 clients by August, or I want to take on 20 clients by August. And you'll start to make progress, but there's no guarantees that anything will happen, no income guarantees. And anybody that does give you an income guarantee, you should probably run the other way. But anytime I've ever invested in a mastermind, in a coaching container, I've always left with something, and I've always committed to making sure I earn my money back. So I think for the pricing of this, it's around like 6,000. So you do the math, that's 3 clients. So if you're committed to enrolling 3 clients, then you will get your money back. But you need to run those numbers yourself and see what those packages look like and be dedicated to showing up, doing the work, making the posts, doing the marketing, doing the events, casting a big net to be able to see that your return on investment. And wow, when I say that, I'm like, wow, it's 3 clients. Like, it should be like a no-brainer for most people. Does this work for all business types? This mastermind is definitely geared towards service providers in the yoga, coaching, and wellness space, though many of the marketing principles that I teach can definitely be used in other industries as well. All right, so enrollment is officially open. I'm going to drop the link in our chat here. There'll also be an email follow-up sequence that will go out very shortly. and it will be giving you access to the replay. The replay will be taken down in 72 hours because this content I want to rework and put the pictures in and refurbish it in some way. But the founders pricing is available, $555 a month for 12 months. First time people get your 45-minute deep dive strategy call with me. If you have questions, send me a DM on Instagram. I'll do my best to answer. You can send me a voice clip. You can send me an email. Instagram is going to be the fastest way to get in touch with me. And I just want to thank you. I apologize, we went a hair over, but thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to stop the share now and drop the link as promised. And oopsie, bye everyone. Okay, apparently it doesn't want to give the link. Give me 1 second here. All right, I'm going to close the recording and then I'll drop the link for the folks that are here. Thanks everyone.